Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Married at First Sight, Season 13, Episode 6. If you were new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, welcome back. I forgot to mention last review. I don't think anybody from Mirla's inner circle has ever checked her on her attitude or in the way she talks to people. So that's why she continues to have this type of attitude and talk to people the way she does. Now Zach, he wanted to have fun, or he and Michaela's honeymoon, getting to know each other, drinking and dancing and all that stuff. But now he's just thinking about getting all the rest and drinking enough water so he can get healthy, so he can get back to his wife. Like he's already missing her, and they've only been like, married for like 5 days. But Michaela, she knows it's a health and safety issue. It's just that it sucks that they can't spend this time together. And I was like, isn't it like a 8 week like experiment type situation? And they gonna be missing out on 2 of those weeks. So yeah. Gil over her asking Mirla to change her name yet again. Now y'all know how Mirla, she everything that he comes to her with, she's almost combative with. But in this, I agree as far as not changing your last name until they've had decision day. Because, what if you change your last name and then y'all decide that y'all no longer wants to be married and now you're stuck, you got this last name and then you gotta go get it changed again? That's a lot of paperwork you got to go through because once you get your name changed, you got to get a new social security card and new ID and all this other stuff. Now, once you've done that and then you go try to do it again, that's just a lot. But she wants to keep the memory of her late father. That was his last name. But I was like, I'm assuming she doesn't want to do any hyphenation type of situation. So I don't know. Y'all, Johnny really has the issue with Val snoring. I was like, I don't want to embarrass the girl, but I'm like, how bad is this snoring? Like, he may be like um, a light sleeper, so like the slightest noise will wake him up. I I don't know what it is, but my mama and my brother snore loud, but that doesn't bother me. I can sleep through it. But let my husband be in another room watching something early in the morning, I'm automatically up. He's in there watching doggone Martin and just cracking up. And I can hear each and everything. One time he was watching something. It was a show I had never heard of. But he was in there watching it. And like listened to like 30 minutes of the episode. And I'm wakened by that. But snoring, it just doesn't bother me. Val says it takes her a little slower when it comes to the emotional aspect of things. Like physical intimacy, it fast because it's no physically you can just have basically you can have sex with anybody, but emotionally it has to be something there. In her past relationship, intimacy has come faster, and she's trying to do things different with Johnny. But Johnny did have to look good, like, man, why you gotta wait till you get to me to where you want to switch up some things? And she said they was asking like, where do you think we would be at if you had asked me those years ago? And they said we probably would have a few kids. And I was like, wouldn't that? I mean, you can't change the past, and maybe they did some things in their life that between that time when they was in college and now that they needed to experience. But I am rooting for Val and Johnny. So Jose wants to take Ray to a bike riding, but she don't really know how to ride a bike, which was weird because when they did actually get on the bike, she was okay. She was a little, wobbly when it come to making turns and things like that. But I cannot tell you the last time I rode a bike. I remember I rode a bike like I don't want to say I rode for like it was like a good maybe a 30-minute trek going across a highway. But that was younger me, like 17-year-old me, 36-year-old me. Ain't no way in the world that I can do that. But that seemed like it was fun. She's talking about her dream trip is to go to Switzerland. And the look on Jose's face is like, yeah, that's not about to happen. We not finna be going to Switzerland. Switzerland, that costs a lot of money. But she's used to taking several trips throughout the year, so she doesn't understand, what's the big problem. But Jose is all about saving his money. Like, even though he has it, he don't want to spend it on a trip to Switzerland. He's like, we could go to like New York or something like that. You try to go to Switzerland? But if memory serves me correct, she was like her finances weren't the best. I mean, she was paying her bills and she was traveling, but like it was kind of seeming like it was kind of tight. She was able to do those things, but money kind of low once I get back from vacation. That's what I'm thinking is going on. But I was like, y'all gonna have to do some compromising because, like, yeah, he's like, I believe has zero debt and owns, homes and cars and all that stuff and got money in savings, but like we gonna need that for when we get older. And if we taking trips several times a year to exotic locations, we ain't gonna be able to do that. Y'all, I must say this episode was this is why you don't fool with water. Now I know that they are in Florida and like most of the activities is water related. It's just some of those things like I couldn't see myself doing. Like Brett and Ryan went canoeing. And it seemed like fun. She was nervous at first, but she buckled down and did it. But this manatee just like was right by her. See, I would have been freaking out right there. I told y'all before, getting on a doggone paddle boat, I was nervous and I can see the doggone sand and dirt at the bottom. I was still nervous. In my mind, this thing was gonna flip over. When I was younger, we used to go to Callaway Garden in Georgia, and my cousin wanted to get on a canoe. But I was like, in my mind, the canoe is going to flip over as soon as I get on it. My mind is always taking me like things like that. That's why I don't really fool with open water. Like I've been to, like we used to go to Callaway Garden and Man-Made Beach, yeah, but I wouldn't out there like that for real, for real. I went to Panama City for my little sister's graduation. That's we did after she graduated. And I got into the ocean, but I didn't know that even though you close to the water, that water could still pull you under. So like seeing all these activities, I'm like, y'all better than me, cause ain't no way in the world. Like when Bow and Johnny went parasailing. So I was like, now you got the ocean, and then you added being in the air, the open air. Mm-mm, mm-mm. But they did discuss moving in together because he's very particular about things and he likes things nice and neat and in his place. And even though Bao was very structured and particular about things, it doesn't seem like in that she's as a neat freak as Johnny is. So Gil is trying to have be romantic, and he and Mirla go out to the beach. Here she go. Well, when I go on vacation, I get a huge umbrella in the peak hours. Like, just appreciate this man is trying to do something for you. But he did say, even though what I think is nice and a surprise to her, he knows that he got to surprise her. It got to be something that she would want. Or he said it's something like it. What is a surprise to her is not a surprise to me. So he got to think like Mirla. Then the waiter he's like, oh, here's some ice cream. Oh, it's probably already melted. She's like, is it ice cream or gelato? Is it gelato? Are you sure? He's like, yes, take it. Cause like, I'm vegan. And then she takes it. She's like, oh yeah, I remember I did say I want some gelato. Ooh, this is chocolatey. It's very chocolatey. I'm like, girl, this man is trying to do something nice for you. And it seems like, and I don't even want to say that this is a bad edit because I don't think one person can be making these kind of comments, and then the rest of the good comments they making is not making it on a drawing board. So he just has to ask her, when did you become so bougie? Well, she grew up poor. He grew up poor, but it wasn't like we was missing out on bills. It's just that okay, we had to struggle to pay bills and struggle to put food on the table. And he was like, when he was younger, he didn't know that his family was poor. And I was like, yeah, a lot of kids didn't know their family was poor. I don't want to say I grew up poor. I mean, we wasn't rich like that, but my mama still did activities for me and my brother to where we went to the library every Saturday, and sometimes we would go to the zoo and to Dairy Queen or the library in Dairy Queen. So I thought we was doing something. Like me and my brother, we was the first kids on the block that had rollerblades. My auntie, she started off, she had rollerblades, and then like my mama, like a few months later, got us rollerblades. And like when we moved to Georgia, we was the only one who had rollerblades. In our when we was in Indiana, we was the only one who had rollerblades. So I thought we was like big living, you know. But you know, as a child, you don't really know. But she said she wanted things when she was younger, you know, she would like to go shopping and getting clothes like that. So she wasn't able to do that. So now that she has money, that's what she likes to do. I guess fulfilling her childhood fantasy. And then they get to talking about kids. He says he wants a lot of kids that he even wants to adopt. But she's like, that is not in her future. She's like, the only reason, only way that she will consider adoption if they've, you know, exhausted all fertility treatments. So y'all, this is when I got scared because you know they was out paddleboarding, and I was like, you standing on what looked like a surfboard, and you got a paddle, and you just in this open water. And at one point, Johnny had gone off so far because he couldn't turn around, and he looked like he was a good football field away. I'm like, mm-mm, ain't no way in the world. See, I don't do boats like that in the first place. And it seemed like every time we turn around, they on the boat. And I'm over here doggone grabbing on my doggone right shoulder because I'm getting nervous watching it, contemplating just fast forwarding to it so I don't have to see this. But yeah, they had to like almost go out there and help Johnny. He turned around and I was like, you gonna be doggone sore in the morning after that long trek back you had. So y'all, I was wondering when this conversation was gonna happen because in the previews, Val made a comment that she doesn't shower lately. And what made these celebrities come out with they don't shower daily and they shower or bath daily and they don't give their kids showers or bath? You know, if they dirt once they you can see the dirt on them, that you know, then they'll give them a shower or bath. Me, I am you need to shower or bathe daily. And I'm talking about some from the top of your forehead to the bottom of your feet. Wash your face, neck, back of your neck, arms, stomach, chest, underarms. Did I say back? Yes. Legs, your behind, your feet, in between your toes, between your fingers, behind your ears. You need to brush your teeth, floss, and rinse off, and scrape your tongue. You need to be doing all those things. But she clarified that, you know, it was a time that when she was depressed, that, you know, showering wasn't a thing. She was in a state of depression. I was like, okay, I can see that. You know, she said sometimes she's just extremely tired and she is falling asleep with her clothes on and not showered or brush her teeth. Now y'all know how I feel about people sitting in bed with their outside clothes on. But now you tell me you was up under the cover too and you ain't brushed your teeth. Like I am the kind of person that like I like to drink hot chocolate at night. But like soon as I'm done drinking my hot chocolate, I was like, I gotta brush my teeth. I gotta floss. I need to rinse off with some mouthwash. I had to do all these things. But there was a time when I did go almost a week without showering, and that because I was sick as a dog with stomach flu. Sidebar, tell you the story. It was Christmas. Got sick Christmas evening. My grandma, she used to get a big old box and wrap it with Christmas paper. She would put all kind of snack cakes in it, Hershey Kisses, candy canes, popcorn balls, a plethora of goodies. But she would have, I won't say the nerve, but she would sit this big old box of goodies right next to the Christmas tree, and you could not eat anything until Christmas Day. So I thought I was smart. It's like, okay, it's 12 o'clock midnight. No, I had to wait to Christmas morning after she was taking pictures of the presents. with the box next to it. So once that was done, I'm eating everything. I'm eating Hershey Kisses. I'm eating popcorn balls back to back. You name it, I was eating it. But by that evening, I wasn't feeling good. Your girl was out. I was out for like a week. I was only had enough energy to like drink a doggone it, some Gatorade. Bathing was not my priority because sitting up alone was just, it took too much energy. So I could see if you sick or you in a state of depression or you've had surgery and you can't really move like that. But in my opinion, I think if you're up walking around, you need to hop in the shower, even if it's a quick little bird bath, and hurry up and making sure that soap hits the main spots. Yeah. But Johnny says if you're gonna be musty and dirty coming to the bed, just change the sheets. Can you just do that? She's like, but I'm gonna be too tired to do that. Can't I just sleep on the couch and all my dirtiness? I'm like, you making it seem like this is what you want to do. Like you have plans on doing this. So Mira's over here being nice to Jill. He didn't doggone it. She even got him some chocolate chip cookies because he's been very patient with her. So he deserves a few dozen chocolate cookies. I was like, look at her being nice. She don't. He's always trying to be accommodating to her, but she don't really reciprocate a lot. He says this is foreplay for him. I was like, well, all right then, Gil. So Mirla makes it clear that she does not want to have any parts of his dog. She doesn't have a dog because she don't want to be walking a dog. But the thing is, he works 2 days a week, and each day is a 24-hour shift. So somebody gonna have to walk the dog. He has a dog walker now, but he feels that's gonna be a waste of money if he has a wife at home that can walk the dog. But I don't really blame her for not wanting to walk the dog because you got this dog before we got married. That's why I told my husband I do not want a dog because one, I was heartbroken when my dog passed away. 7 years ago? Cried like a baby for 2 hours. I don't want to do that because one, I don't want to walk the dog. I don't want to be picking up after the dog. My dog before he died for like the last 2 years, he wasn't trying to go walking nowhere. He's like, I can get my exercise in the backyard. He just want to make sure he got some food and some cold water. And he will bark if somebody come at the gate, but other than that, leave him alone. So I just I just don't want a dog because I don't want to be taking care of a dog. You gotta get the dog shots, take it to the vet. Dog mess around and bite somebody, now you in trouble. It's just things I don't want to do. So I can understand where she coming from. But the fact that it's merely, I guess it makes it bad. So y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything y'all bought me, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, $3.99. Make sure your notifications are on. So when my beautiful face puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, oh, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. And tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.